It's August 14th, 2023. We're back at Cordele for a second day of rail fanning. This is CSX L739, daily turn job from Cordele, Georgia to Oglethorpe, Georgia. In the first video, we caught multiple intermodal trains, including a train led by CSX 1776, one of the 3 Pride in Service locomotives. In this video, we'll be filming trains on the next morning, with a few intermodal trains as well as some manifests. To recap, Cordele, Georgia is a railfan hotspot, with 3 railroads calling the diamond home: CSX's Fitzgerald subdivision, the Norfolk Southern's GS&F, and the Heart of Georgia Railroad all meet at Cordele, Georgia. CSX M648 crosses the diamond heading northbound. M648 originates in Rice Yard in Waycross, Georgia, and terminates in Clearing Yard in Chicago, Illinois. M648 is a great example of CSX's push to precision scheduled railroading. 648 is much longer than it would have been a few years ago. This is so that CSX can reduce the total number of trains on the network and reduce the total number of locomotives being used on the network. PSR is a cost-cutting measure that reduces the operating expenses associated with each carload. Trains on the CSX can be up to 3 miles long. This train is well over 700 axles. While this provides a net positive impact to the business, these long trains cause a lot of problems in the CSX network, causing a lot of broken knuckles and not fitting into many sidings. It's an interesting logistical nightmare that CSX has had to solve over the past few years. Precision scheduled railroading is also the reason why you see mid-train and rear-train distributed power units, or DPUs, on many CSX trains nowadays. Originally, you'd see these locomotives on hilly regions to provide extra power on steep grades. DPUs now allow CSX to run longer trains. By distributing the power, CSX is able to use less locomotives in the front and less locomotives in total on the train. Having just come out of 3 months in California, this super long CSX train reminded me that these trains in the South are definitely different from the ones in California. This is CSX Intermodal Train I-142. I-142 originates in Duval Yard in Jacksonville, Florida, and terminates in Northwest Ohio ICTF in North Baltimore, Ohio. The city of Cordele has done a really good job to preserve this area as a railfan hotspot and a railfan park. This area did not exist when I began railfanning in Cordele in 2010. You'd have to stand by the crossings, which are just east of this platform. The signs on the right give an overview of the history of all the railroad lines that crossed through Cordele and the different owners which ran them at some point in time. Cordele, Georgia sees about 20 to 40 trains per day, the majority of which are on the CSX, 5 to 10 of them being on the Norfolk Southern, and 1 to 2 of them being on the Heart of Georgia. This is a classic railfan camera mistake. I left the camera in the car, and when I brought it out to the hot, humid air, it fogged up, and it didn't clear up in time for NS 24A. NS 24A carries intermodal traffic between Simpson Yard in Jacksonville, Florida, and Inman Yard in Atlanta, Georgia. Eventually, I got my camera to stop fogging up, so this is the remainder of NS 24A. If you'd like to see more videos of trains where my camera does not fog up, make sure to check out the other videos on my channel. You can also click above to see the video of the trains I caught on the day before.